Other questions? What are other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. I have a question. I mean, in one of your previous video lectures, videos, I have seen that chanting, I mean, initiation is must for everyone. I mean, those who are aspiring for a devotional path and all. But in today's class, I have seen that chanting is sufficient. So how can we relate both?
What is that again? What was the first part of your question?
It is in one of your previous lectures. I have listened that chanting is, initiation is must for anyone who is in devotional.
Prabhupada says, because we are conditioned souls, we are subject to a lot of bad habits. So therefore, initiation is essential. So by initiation, then spiritual master engage you in worshipping the deities. And by getting to doing deity worship, you get yourself regulated, and that way you can easily overcome all these bad habits that we have got for so many lifetimes. You follow?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Just now we read, no? He says, but why we have to initiate? Because conditioned souls, no?
Yes.
So therefore, essential, very essential to be connected to a bona fide spiritual master. Because chanting Hare Krishna is very powerful, but they don't know the rules and regulation. There's many of you are staying at home, yes?
Yes.
Then we don't know how to do properly, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So therefore I had to be trained.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You follow?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very difficult to focus the mind, It's not
Thanks,
so
Prabhuji.
easy to bring the mind to Krishna immediately. Yes?
Yes.
I think there's another question in the chat box, right? What is the Shastric point of view of Kanya Pujan? What is Kanya Pujan? It is bona fide. Is it bona fide? Should devotees follow this system?
Kanya Pujan, I think they are relating to these 9 days of Durga worship, this Navratri. So at the end of 9th day, I think they worship like 9-10 girls and give them, food, money, like that. I think that's Kanya Pujan. And they basically honor the girls, thinking of them in terms of Durga, Mother Durga.
So we are told, explicitly that we do not worship demigods, no? Yes? So since we don't worship demigod, then I don't see we need to do this program. It is meant for people who are, very materialistically inclined, as Krishna says, full of lust, Then this program is warranted for them. But for the devotees, I don't think this is. We read this now, right? 119, is it? Yeah. You see, devotees should not worship demigods or disrespect them. So this is Navaratri is for those people who are materialistically inclined. But for the devotees who are with Krishna, then this is not required, Yes, we do this Kanya Dan by worshipping Srimati Radharani. Yes? That's the best, because by worshipping her, we get the mercy of her, then we can go to Krishna. Correct? Yes? Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, how to deal with the situation where one of our family members refused to read Srila Prabhupada books?
Oh, what to do? You can't force the person, right? Correct.
Yeah, but we love them so much that we want them also to be in Krishna consciousness, and they should also get the benefit.
So you pray to Krishna to give them good intelligence, correct?
Okay. I mean, they will say that we have read all the other versions of Bhagavad Gita, not Srila Prabhupada's other versions. From that, I got to know who is Krishna, and Krishna is a God, Supreme God. That's all. No need to read each and every word written by Srila Prabhupada. So how can I counteract their words?
You must explain that actually there are many versions of Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavad Gita must be read in and from someone who is presenting it in parampara system. If the person is not coming from the authorized parampara, then the Bhagavad Gita is not bona fide. You understand? So you have to explain this very clearly, which is the correct version and which is not the correct version. Because they're lumping everything in together and thinking everything is the same. But that's not a fact. That's now you read Vaishnav Mukad Girnam. If some Krishna consciousness is not spoken by a devotee, then the message is not potent. If the person is not coming in proper sampradaya, hey sampradaya vina, te mantra, what is that place? Hey mantra sampradaya, who can tell me? If the mantra is not coming from a sampradaya, then the mantra is useless. So the person who is reading this Bhagavad Gita, an unauthorized one, coming from an unauthorized person who is not connected to a bona fide sampradaya, then the Bhagavad Gita is not valid.
20.
What is that?
6-3-20-21 purport.
6, huh?
Yeah.
6-3.
Yeah, 20-21, 20, yeah.
6-3-20, huh? So you see here, it is explained.
Purport last Padma Purana.
See here, Padma Purana, if he is not coming from an authorized sampradaya, then it is not valid. The mantra or even initiation is useless. So if you hear from a useless person, then how you get benefits? This is another 2 words, is that 1-5, what is that? Narada Muni is speaking. Croak-like person and anything that is not in line with Krishna. 1-5, what?
11.
11,
Tadvad Vijurga.
1-5-11, huh?
11, yeah.
See here, it is also explained here. This verse, I think I'll go to this verse here. See? Can read this, Mataji?
On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest.
So you see that? So you must learn how to understand these things, So to explain to your person, so you see here in this Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse here, okay, the purport. So in India, there's so many, see,
If we hear the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from liberated persons, this hearing will certainly free us from the bondage of material activities. But hearing Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by a professional reciter cannot actually help us achieve liberation. Krishna Katha is very simple. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As he himself explains, "O Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me." Simply by understanding this fact that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can become a liberated person. But especially in this age, because people are interested in hearing the Bhagavad Gita from unscrupulous persons who depart from the simple presentation of the Bhagavad Gita and distort it for their personal satisfaction, they fail to derive the real benefit. There are big scholars, politicians, philosophers, and scientists who speak on the Bhagavad Gita in their own polluted way, and people in general hear from them, being uninterested in hearing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from a devotee. A devotee is one who has no other motive for reciting the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam than to serve the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore advised us to hear the glories of the Lord from a realized person. Unless one is personally a realized soul in the science of Krishna consciousness, a neophyte should not approach to him to hear about the Lord, for this is strictly forbidden by Srila Sanatana Goswami, who quotes from the Padma Purana. One should avoid hearing from a person not situated in Vaishnava behavior. A Vaishnava is Nivritta Trishna, that is, he has no material purpose, for his only purpose is to preach Krishna consciousness. So-called scholars, philosophers, politicians exploit the importance of the Bhagavad Gita by distorting its meaning for their own purposes. Therefore, this verse warns that Krishna Katha should be recited by a person who is Nivritta Trishna. Sukadeva Goswami epitomizes the proper reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Parikshit Maharaj, who purposefully left his kingdom and family prior to meeting death, epitomizes the person fit to hear it. A qualified reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam gives the right medicine for the conditioned souls. The Krishna conscious movement is therefore trying to train qualified preachers to recite Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita throughout the entire world, so that people in general in all parts of the world may take advantage of this movement and thus be relieved of the threefold miseries of material existence. The instructions of the Bhagavad Gita and the descriptions of Srimad Bhagavatam are so pleasing that almost anyone suffering from threefold miseries of the material existence will decide to hear the glories of the Lord from these books and thus benefit on the path of liberation. Two classes of men, however, will never be interested in hearing the message of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam: those who are determined to commit suicide, and those who determine to kill cows and other animals for the satisfaction of their own tongues. Although such persons may make a show of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam at a Bhagavata Saptaha, this is but another creation of the karmis who cannot derive any benefit from such a performance. The word Pasugnata is important in this connection. Pasugna means butcher. Persons fond of performing ritualistic ceremonies for elevation to the higher planetary systems must offer sacrifices, yajnas, by killing animals. Lord Buddha Deva therefore rejected the authority of the Vedas because his mission was to stop animal sacrifices, which are recommended in Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Even though animal sacrifices are sanctioned in Vedic ceremonies, men who kill animals for such ceremonies are considered butchers. Butchers cannot be interested in Krishna consciousness, for they are already materially allured. Their only interest lies in developing comforts for the temporary body. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination of devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Anyone who is not Krishna conscious and who therefore does not engage in the service of the Lord is also Pashugna, for he is willingly drinking poison. Such a person cannot be interested in Krishna Katha because he still has a desire for material sense gratification. He is not a Nivritta Trishna. As it is said, those interested in Trivarga, that is in Dharma, Artha and Kama, are religious for the sake of achieving a material position with which to gain better facilities for sense gratification. Such persons are killing themselves by willingly keeping themselves in the cycle of birth and death. They cannot be interested in Krishna consciousness. For Krishna Katham, topics about Krishna consciousness, there must be a speaker and a hearer, both of whom can be interested in Krishna consciousness. If they are no longer interested in material topics, one can actually see how this attitude automatically develops in persons who are Krishna conscious. Although the devotee of the Krishna conscious movement are quite young men, they no longer read materialistic newspapers, magazines, and so on, for they completely give up the bodily understanding of life. For topics concerning Uttama Sloka, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master speaks and the disciple hears with attention. Unless both of them are free from material desires, they cannot be interested in topics of Krishna consciousness. The spiritual master and disciple do not need to understand anything more than Krishna, because simply by understanding Krishna and talking about Krishna, one becomes a perfectly learned person. The Lord sits within everyone's heart, and by the grace of the Lord, the devotee receives instructions directly from the Lord himself, who says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of Vedas. Krishna consciousness is so exalted that one who is perfectly situated in Krishna consciousness under the direction of the spiritual master is fully satisfied by reading Krishna Katha as found in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavad Gita and similar Vedic literatures. Since merely talking about Krishna is so pleasing, we can simply imagine how pleasing it is to render service to Krishna. When discourses on Krishna Katha takes place between a liberated spiritual master and his disciple, others also sometimes take advantage of hearing these topics and also benefit. These topics are the medicine to stop the repetition of birth and death. The cycle of repeated birth and death, by which one takes on different bodies again and again, is called bhava or bhavaroga. If anyone willingly or unwillingly hears Krishna Katham and his bhava roga, the disease of birth and death will certainly stop. Therefore, Krishna Katha is called bhava sada. Bhava sada, the remedy to stop repetition of birth and death. Karmis or persons attached to material sense enjoyment generally cannot give up their material desires. But Krishna Katha is such a potent medicine that if one is induced to hear Krishna Kirtana, he will certainly be freed from this disease. A practical example is Dhruva Maharaj, who at the end of his tapasya was fully satisfied. When the Lord wanted to give Dhruva a benediction, Dhruva refused it. My dear Lord, he said, I am fully satisfied. I did not ask for any benediction for material sense gratification. We actually see that even young boys and girls in the Krishna conscious movement have given up their long practice of bad habits like illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling, because Krishna consciousness is so potent that it gives them full satisfaction. They are no longer interested in material sense gratification.
Oh, I hope you understand this. So the best way to help them, one, is to give them Krishna Prasadam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And the other way is to have somebody else come and preach to them, because they will not listen to family members, because they're very familiar. So some other devotees come and explain to them, then they will take it more seriously, Yes. Hello.
Yes.
What happened? It's left. Any other questions beside this? Hello.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So you understand? Hello. So, okay, to summarize, we have explained at length about yoga. What is this Ashtanga yoga, the one that everyone is doing, and how it's not very beneficial, and how you can very quickly get this difficult practice simplified by simply taking to devotional service and become very successful in very short time. I forgot to show you one verse before I wrap up. See this, now we saw to come to the trans platform. This takes how many steps, you know? You have to go from one yama, then to niyama, to asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and finally you come to the samadhi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8. Ashtanga, 8. This is such a long process, and all of it are very difficult, as we explained. But you can do this very quickly. You see here. Oh, God. So here, you see here, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Just by chanting and hearing about Krishna, immediately you come to the Samadhi or Smaranam. You see that? Just in 2 steps. So you want to do a 8-step program, or you want to just do a 2-step program? Right? See how easy. Hearing and chanting about transcendental holy name, form, quality, paraphernalia, past, remembering them. You see? Immediately you come to the remembering stage. So how potent this devotional service is, other than taking a very, very long-winded process. It's easier if you can go by the lift rather than taking the staircase. Yes. So I will have to stop here. I thank you all very much for your time spent with us. I hope you have understood something. Anyone want to say something before we wrap up? Some new people, first timers? Somebody you can ask them.
Any
Hello?
newcomer who would like to comment anything? How they felt about the class, what new things they learned today, they can kindly unmute themselves and speak it out.
Prabhu, can I speak?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm not new, by the way, but this is my 3rd or 4th class, if I'm not wrong. But I just want to share my ideology. Prabhu, very grateful to Lord Krishna, and that in turn, very grateful to your time, because every Saturday, 2 hours of this class making me very much satisfied. My Saturday will become very much glorious, and I'm very much grateful to all of you, Prabhuji, because when I read, when I'm not getting the right words actually, but I'm very emotional when I see Lord Krishna's face and when I think about him. And thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time. And it is really every week it is very much thought provoking, and also at the right time whenever we are depressed or whenever we want somebody's emotional emotional assistance, I think chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama is actually helping me a lot when I'm far away from my home. And thank you, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad.
Where you
Hare
staying?
Krishna.
Where you staying?
Prabhuji, I stay in one of the European countries. I'm studying here. I'm
Where?
doing, uh, it's by name Czech Republic.
Oh, you in Czech Republic, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you studying there, you know their language.
Not really, Prabhuji. I do not know their language, by the
When they
way.
speak to you, what, in English?
Yeah, my professors will, they can very well speak in English. But the only
Oh,
thing is with normal code, I cannot talk to them.
oh.
Rather, yeah.
So you see how you can get some books and talk to others about Krishna. They'll be even more better. Hmm?
Prabhuji, whenever actually one of my roommate, she's from Poland, by the way. I used to talk about Krishna, and she's also interested. And whenever she finds some time, she chants. And yeah,
That's very good. So try to see if you can get some Polish people and we can have a class or something if someone can translate. Hmm?
yeah. Okay, Prabhuji.
Do that,
Definitely,
then
I will
you
ask her.
definitely will not become depressed. Huh?
Yeah. Definitely, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna.
Anyone likes to, Akshay, you can ask.
Yes, Prabhu. Is there anyone else who would like to comment or share his experience? Any first comers or any new people in general? Sumedha Mishra, I think she said that she'll be speaking this time. Sumedha, are you there?
Yeah, she just,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I just wanted to say that I feel very privileged and I'm very, very overwhelmed to be among such great devotees, and especially you, Sundar Gopal Prabhuji. I've heard a lot about you, and I'm very, very fascinated by the way you explain everything, and the great amount of knowledge that you have inspires me to learn new things every day. And I'm very, very grateful to Krishna to choose me as a bhakt. I'm just 15 years old, and kids my age usually don't get into bhakti. So very grateful, very thankful to Krishna, and I beg for your blessings so that I can learn more and keep association with you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
where are you from?
Prabhuji, I'm from India. I am Vishwanath
She is
Mishra.
Vishwanath Prabhu's daughter.
Oh, Vishwanath daughter. Okay, so your father is also a great devotee. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice. You can help us bring more people. That'll be very nice. Huh?
Sure, Prabhu.
Now,
I'm
actually, her father was the source, but now she is reading more than her father. She is preaching more than apparently what he has been doing. So it's working out opposite, Prabhu.
Very good. At least we have somebody in Delhi now, huh? You're in Delhi, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So make a good group there. We can have a nice temple there. I'm very much aspiring for that.
She has about 18,000 followers on Instagram, and she is like a celebrity figure.
Oh,
So,
18,000.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't,
If you can ask her if she can put her influence into this Krishna consciousness, and maybe nice fruit
I
will
don't
come.
even get 8 people. I'm so unpopular, nobody comes. So you can influence your 18,000 people to take up spiritual life. That'll be very nice, huh?
It will be my pleasure, Prabhu.
You can introduce Hare Krishna music into your channel, huh?
Sure.
Yes, very good. Keep it up, huh? See how you can influence others, huh?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Any of the other new devotees who would like to add their comments or anything that they would like to speak? You can kindly unmute yourself and say.
Okay, then I guess everybody is very silent. Maybe we have offended all of them. They are very silent. Yes. What?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. We know that today is Ekadashi. You are undergoing great austerity. Still, you are taking the time to, give us this knowledge. So thank you very much for being the point of the spear that Prabhupada is throwing and this Maya.
I think in the other way around, I'm so much enthused, just been in circle of all of you great devotees, preaching in very difficult situations around the world, in every part of the world, actually. I'm very much thankful for all your great service that you are rendering to Prabhupada. Taking the time,
You are
come and hear.
holding all of us together.
So thank you again. It's been a wonderful time with all of you. I hope I managed to at least impart some knowledge that you can also use for your preaching, endeavors. So all glories to all of you. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.